Welcome to today's explainer. Okay, so have you ever wondered why our brains just absolutely love living in a world that doesn't actually exist? I mean, we've all been there, right? Today, we're unpacking the fascinating science and psychology behind those imaginary situations we're constantly inventing in our heads. We're going to explore why your mind builds these detailed alternate realities, and most importantly, what it's actively trying to tell you. So, ask yourself this right now. Are you living in a fake scenario? Really, think about it. You're lying in bed, the lights are off, the house is completely quiet, and you're just trying to get some sleep. Or, maybe you're taking a shower, staring blankly at the tiles, or just sitting quietly at a desk in class. Physically, your body is completely still, but mentally, your mind is loudly and rapidly building this entire complex universe of intense drama, sweeping romance, or crazy action.
Think about the classic Midnight Mind movie. You know the ones. You might find yourself imagining your crush, the one you literally don't even talk to in real life, finally falling for you in some grand cinematic way. Or maybe you're replaying old sibling arguments, but this time, oh man, you're delivering absolutely savage, perfect replies that leave them totally speechless. Sometimes the story shifts, and boom, you're suddenly an action hero saving your best friend from intense, completely improbable danger. Or, okay, on a slightly darker note, you imagine a tragic scenario where you're suddenly gone, and everyone who ever ignored you is crying and regretting how they treated you. And hey, it's not just nighttime drama. Sometimes you're suddenly performing a massive stadium concert right there in the shower, in front of millions of screaming fans. Or you're sitting in class making up intricate, totally random stories about a teacher's secret personal life. Your physical body is quiet, but your brain, it is running a summer blockbuster. So why do we do this?
Reason number one, craving psychological closure. So the main culprit here is this psychological phenomenon called the Zeigarnik effect. Essentially, it means unfinished experiences occupy way more mental space than finished ones. Has it ever bothered you that you can vividly, almost painfully, remember a terribly awkward conversation from 5 years ago, but you completely forget what you ate for dinner just 3 days ago? I mean, it happens to all of us. But that's not a flaw in your memory. It's actually the Zeigarnik effect in action. Your brain has this desperate, hardwired need for an ending, and it fiercely holds on to the things that lack one. Think about it like this. Finished experiences, they're closed out, resolved, and quickly forgotten by the brain. They're completed tasks that just get filed away. But unfinished experiences, your brain treats them exactly like open computer tabs. Imagine having, say, 50 tabs open on your browser all at once. They just constantly run in the background, quietly draining your mental battery and slowing everything down, all because they were never properly closed out. And these are the open tabs of your daily life. An unanswered text message that leaves you hanging in pure suspense. A one-sided crush with absolutely no resolution. Or, that absolutely devastating perfect comeback you thought of exactly 3 hours too late while driving home alone in your car. Reality basically just handed you a loose end. And the frustrating thing is, your brain absolutely refuses to leave it alone. So, what does it do? Your imagination steps in and creates the ending that reality failed to provide. You aren't merely zoning out or trying to escape reality here. You're actually actively utilizing your imagination to finally secure the closure, the definitive victory, or the love that you missed out on in the real world. You are taking back control, typing out the end of the story yourself, and forcing that mental tab to finally close. Moving on to reason number 2, the dopamine preview effect. Now, consider the stark contrast between how we pursue and receive rewards. Real rewards require actual effort, time, and, hard work to achieve in the physical world. They're difficult, they're demanding, and sometimes they literally take years to materialize. But imaginary rewards, they are incredibly easy to get, and they provide an instant, effortless dopamine rush. Doing the hard work in reality is exhausting, but getting a fast, highly addictive 5-minute daydream, that takes zero physical effort. Because, here's the secret. Your brain releases dopamine not just when you get a reward, but when you anticipate one. Your brain literally hacks its own reward system. Think of it kind of like a movie trailer. When you watch a trailer for a highly anticipated film, you feel the excitement, the thrill, the suspense, way before you even bought a ticket, right? Well, your brain treats a fake scenario exactly the same way. It's giving you a vivid sneak peek of the exact emotions, that boundless joy, the epic triumph, the warm validation that you desperately want to feel without making you wait around for the full movie. Think about what we call the fake scenario rush. Winning a heated debate in front of a crowd, succeeding at a massive life goal you've been putting off, getting someone's absolute, undivided attention, or receiving deep love and affection. Even though absolutely nothing has happened in the real world yet, imagining these specific victories feels electric. Why? Because your brain is handing you a free, highly addictive chemical reward just for thinking about it. Pretty wild, right?
And that brings us to reason number 3, escaping to meet needs.
Look at it this way. When reality leaves you lonely, your imagination builds a scenario filled with deep connection. If you're being ignored in your waking life, you imagine receiving massive appreciation. Someone who is hurting imagines finally getting the sincere apology they deserved but just never got. And the misunderstood person creates a beautiful scene where someone finally looks at them and says, "I understand you." The people who imagine the most aren't weird at all. They are simply carrying heavy, unspoken emotions that real life isn't currently fulfilling. This means your fake scenarios are rarely random. Actually, scratch that. They're almost never random. Your mind isn't just generating static or meaningless background noise to pass the time. It is intentionally and incredibly specifically manufacturing the exact emotions that reality forgot to give you today. We all have these unspoken emotional needs, don't we? Wishing someone understood you better, wanting more genuine appreciation for the hard work you do, needing to feel chosen and loved, or simply wanting to be heard, to feel like you are important to someone. If you are starved for any of these feelings in your waking life, your brilliant, empathetic mind will naturally construct a safe universe where those exact needs are finally, beautifully met. Which brings us to our conclusion. It makes you human. If feelings, conversations, and dreams never found a place in reality, your mind created one. If you recognize yourself in these scenarios, I really want to reassure you that you are not alone. It's completely normal. Your mind just built a private sanctuary for the things you weren't given the chance to experience out loud. To quote an idea that sums this all up perfectly, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, having an imagination doesn't make you weird, it makes you human. You shouldn't be hard on yourself for simply trying to protect and fulfill your own emotional needs. Your brain is just looking out for you, doing whatever it takes to bring you a sense of peace and comfort in a really chaotic world.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Which of these 3 psychological reasons describes you the best? The next time you catch yourself staring blankly in the shower or lying awake in bed, take a step back and just observe your own mind. Are you desperately seeking closure for an open tab? Are you chasing an effortless dopamine preview? Or are you fulfilling a deep unmet emotional need? Think about it. Understanding your fake scenarios might just tell you exactly what you need to pursue in the real world. Thanks for hanging out and learning with me in today's Explainer, and keep exploring that incredible mind of yours.